So when it comes to my kids, I have a favorite type of gift, and that is art supplies and craft supplies. But the truth is that these are usually filled with toxins that most of us aren't even aware of. The reason I love this as a gift is that they can be used over and over again and used in a variety of different ways. It's so open-ended that it allows them to use their imaginations to create. So while it might seem that this isn't really a big deal, it can actually be a really big health concern just due to the amount of the material that children get on their hands. And if you have a southpaw or a lefty like we do in our house, you know that they come home with constant smudges all over their left hand. So the next time you go to restock your art closet with art supplies, make sure that you're paying attention to the things I'm about to talk about in this video so that you can make a healthier choice for your home and your kids. I'm Amanda with Healthy House, on the block, a building biology practitioner, a certified home inspector, and a healthy home expert, also a mom. And I'm about to share with you how to shop for art supplies and craft supplies in a very low toxin way to keep your kids healthier. So like I talked about, unfortunately a lot of craft supplies and art supplies are filled with toxins that we're not even aware of. So let's take a look at what we need to be avoiding when it comes to art supplies and craft supplies for our kids. First and foremost are volatile organic compounds. So these are VOCs, and they're commonly found in things like paints and markers, glues, and even some clay materials. These chemicals release gases that can cause all sorts of problems with kids. Short term, it's going to cause nausea, dizziness, and headaches, and long term, we're looking at different health risks, including liver and kidney damage and central nervous system damage. The second toxin is formaldehyde. This is a type of VOC, but really gets its own category. This chemical is sometimes used as a preservative in art supplies, so especially when we're looking at liquid products like glues and paints. Formaldehyde is a known carcinogen, meaning it can increase the risk of cancer. It can cause skin irritation, respiratory issues, and even eye issues. Another thing to be watching for are heavy metals. Art supplies, especially paints, especially chalks, and certain types of clay can contain heavy metals such as cadmium, lead, or chromium. Now these metals are harmful, especially to children, because they can accumulate in their little bodies over time. They cause developmental and neurological issues. Phthalates are another toxin we want to avoid completely. This is found in a lot of plastic and vinyl art supplies. So phthalates are chemicals that are used to increase the flexibility in plastic products. They're associated with hormone disruption, and they can have an impact on the reproductive system and the development in young children. We also want to be watching for asbestos and talc. So asbestos, obviously we know, is a carcinogen. It's been found in some talc-based art supplies. This can include certain crayons and clay products. Asbestos exposure is a serious health concern, especially when it comes to chalk, because it can be inhaled. It's linked to lung disease and cancers when it's being inhaled. Solvents like toluene and xylene can cause respiratory irritation. This is usually found in things like paints, inks, some types of markers. It can cause neurological symptoms and have a harmful long-term effect if exposed frequently and in prolonged periods of time. And then finally, synthetic dyes and pigments. This is obviously a big one. Many synthetic dyes and pigments are in lots of art supplies because we're using color, and they can contain harmful compounds that leach from the materials, particularly if products are handled extensively or chewed on. Some pigments have been found to contain chemicals that are suspected or known carcinogens. Hey, I wanted to share something with you really quick. One of the biggest complaints I hear all the time is that it's really challenging to know where to start when it comes to reducing toxins in your space. You want to start with what is going to have the most impact on your health and wellness, but where is that? The second complaint I hear is that there's just so much information out there, and so much of this information is actually opinion-based and not even supported by facts. This is exactly why I created my free ebook, and I would love for you to get your hands on a copy. You can just head to this link, Healthy House on the block /ebook, to download your own copy. It is step by step the order of things that you need to do to get your house started, to start getting toxins out of your space, because nobody wants to live in a space where your body feels burdened, fatigued, and sick. No, we want to support it with our home, and this is exactly how you do it. So now that you know what to avoid, the trick is to be a conscious consumer and know what to look for and make really intentional decisions when you're restocking your art supply closet or your craft closet. So to reduce exposure to toxins that I mentioned, you are going to want to look for products that are certified non-toxic. So for example, products labeled AP non-toxic by the Art and Creative Materials Institute are tested and meet certain safety standards. You could also choose to shop at places like MightyNest or EarthHero. These are great places to find non-toxic alternatives to craft supplies and art supplies that typically contain toxic ingredients. And of course, I also have my own non-toxic craft supply list on the blog this week to help you shop. So to help with your shopping, I have included a list with all of the links to my toxin-free art supplies and craft supplies on the blog post this week. I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what that looks like, but you can head to the video description and find the blog post link so you can look at these links as well. Always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you can take at least one thing from this video and apply it to your own home. If you did find it helpful, I would appreciate a like from you, and I would love to have you subscribe to my channel because I'm here every single week with new tips and ideas on how to create a healthier home that supports your health and wellness.